Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Siren Frost, and today I'm doing an updated deck profile of my YGO deck profile, and this is a deck that I was very more in love with over the years, but recently I just haven't been playing with it long enough, or for a while, because, you know, I was focusing on different YGO decks. So today I'm bringing you guys an old classic favorite of mine, which is the Black Rose deck. However, this deck has evolved into more of the Pendulum Rose. So it's known as now the Pendulum Rose deck. And it does have some more of the new support, the newer stuff, plus a few Pendulum monsters to make this deck a little bit better and a little bit fast, but I'll let you guys decide on that one. But I figured tonight would be a perfect night and the opportunity, because when I was at Regionals, I feel like I was a little bit out of place because I didn't have Black Rose with me, because Synchros were different on different decks, and I was so used to playing Meliae and Harpy so much, is that I kind of forgot about my old deck. So today I'm giving you guys an old treat of mine. So let's sit back and watch the show, and I'll tell you guys show this deck profile. So for monsters, we were starting two Rose Archers. Whenever I have a hard time reading this anyways. So she's a level 3 warrior type, and her ability is during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a trap card while you control a plant type monster, you can send this from your hands to a graveyard and negate the activation and destroy it. So, you know, she helps you a lot, because if your opponent is activating like Mirror Force or Trap Hole, you can basically send this card to the grave and negate that ability. But I think I don't think you can cancel out Solemn Warning because they have a new fucking priority ability, so that kind of shit out of luck. But yes, 2 of her, because I like the shinies. 2 Twilight Rose Knights, because he's a classic, and he's also the engine for this deck as well when it comes to synchro summoning. So his ability is when he's normal summoned, you can special, or is it special or normal? Yeah. When this monster is normal summoned, you can special summon 1 plant type level 4 below plant type from your hand. And as long as he's in play, you cannot target any plant type monster on the field. So while he's on the field. So, and we're mainly using him for Black Rose or any other Synchron monster we have. Next, we're playing 2 Rose Paladins. Whenever she attacks a monster and destroys it by battle, you can send her to the grave and special summon 1 plant type monster from your hand. Is that right? From your hand or deck in defense mode. Okay, and then on her other ability is you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard and add 1 level 7 or higher plant type monster from your deck to your hand. And you can only use the effect once per turn, yeah. And the best part about her, she's an 18k body, or 1800 attack body, so she's a really rosy kind of warrior, hence for the Paladin name, so. And then we got 2 of the famous Blue Rose Dragons, the baby evolution of Black Rose Dragon. Whenever she is destroyed by battle, or destroyed at all, as long as she's in the field, and when she's sent from your field to the graveyard, you can target 1 Black Rose Red Dragon or any plant type monster from your graveyard and call it back to the field. So, and plus you can use her as well for overlaying and all that good shindig, which this deck's basically all about plants. So, thank you, Zyra. And 1 copy of Global, just because, you know, just to get it back on the field by sending 1 card from your top of your deck to the grave. 1 Dandylion just for those little tokens. And next we got 2 Botanical Lions. As long as he's in play, for every plant type monster you have on the field, he gets 300 attack points. And also, he cannot be targeted by any control power, so he can't switch sides. So he can't be controlled or anything. So that's the best part about him, is that he can't be targeted by like mind control or creature swapped. At least I don't think he is, but I might be wrong about that, guys. Like I said, I haven't played plants in like almost close to 2 years. Or like in like 2 years or so. 2 or 3 years. Whatever. Anyways, so that's one of the issues I'm probably messed up on, but oh well. Next, of course, we got two Lonefire Blossoms. I was thinking about putting 3 in the deck, but I think that might take up a little too much space, so we're just gonna leave it at 2. And we all know what the ability does. Like, you can sack them off to get a plant type from your deck, from your hand or deck. So this actually helps you span the field a little bit more. There is one time a combination between him and Gigaplant, so that's how the engine kind of works too. We got 2 Flowerbots. Whenever he's destroyed, and you can draw 1 free card. Speaking of Gigaplants, we got 2 of him right here on stage. Gemini ability is that he's treated as a normal monster when he's normal summoned. And on your next turn, you can special summon him and becomes an effect monster. And you can target 1 card from your hand or graveyard and call it to the field. So that's a good thing. I'm so glad I remember that in a heartbeat. And then here's an old favorite of mine. 2 copies of Debris Dragon. He can only be normal summoned with his ability. And when he's called to the field by normal means, you can target 1 level 3 or lower monster. Is it level 4? Yeah. Hold on. Target 1 monster that has 500 attack or less, and then summon it. But its effects are negated. Cannot be used for a synchro material. Cannot be used as a synchro material except for synchro summoning of a dragon type monster. So, which is why we use these guys for Black Rose Dragon only, or Moonlight Rose. So, because that's the only dragons I do have, because I don't have the others. So, oops. And then I own 2 Dragonpit Magicians and 2 Dragonpulse Magicians. Now, I bet you all have a lot of questions about why I don't run Wisdom Eye. Wisdom Eye is a good card, but I feel like it was just slowing down a little bit, and these are the 2 that work perfectly well. Believe it or not, guys, their effects are not as bad, and it can help you in the long run. So don't judge a book by its cover quickly. And plus, the scales are basically 1 through 8, and so most of my monsters are between 2 and 7. So I'm like more than happy to use these guys, you know, to get those off. They're still gonna be part of my Meliaes, but I'm still gonna share the love with the rest of the decks I still love the most. Alright, so that's it for the monsters, and for spells we're playing 2 Mark of the Roses, just for that control power. All you have to do is just banish 1 plant type monster, and you take control of that opponent's monster for that turn. So it basically goes in tug and war kind of thing. For standard, we got 1 Dark Hole. I was going to think about playing 2, but I think that's a little too mashed up. Raigeki. 2 of my favorite fluffies, and everyone seems to hate them to the pulp. 2 Scapegoats because they spam their field like crazy, and it pisses your opponent off. And finally, we got 2 Twin Twisters. By discarding 1 card from your hand, you can target up to 2 cards on the field, as long as you're a spell and trap, and destroy them. So they're like the upgraded version of Mystical Space Typhoon, and I like them. I just don't know why I didn't have them sooner at regionals when I was playing Meliaes, but shit happens. So that's one of the newer cards for spells. And then for traps, we're playing the classic Pollinosis, just for whenever your opponent summons a monster or activates a spell or a trap card, you can target. You can activate this card to tribute one plant type monster, and you can destroy that card automatically. And then we're playing 3 copies of Wall of Thorns because you are playing a plant type deck, and if you control a plant type monster when your opponent declares an attack, this basically is a plant version of Mirror Force. So just a little extra defense for my precious flowers. 1 Bottomless just for that little standard, and 2 Mirror Forces just for shits and giggles. So yeah, I am planning on doing a lot of defensing, and I'm still working on a side deck, guys. But like I said, I've never really done a side deck, so it's gonna be a little difficult on that one. So that's it for the main deck, and now for the extra deck, we're playing 2 copies of the one of the main dragons, the classic Black Rose Dragon. We all know what she does. She's typically a standard in some synchro decks because of her destruction ability. And by banishing 1 plant type monster, you control in your graveyard, you can reduce your opponent's attack points down to 0. Which is how I kind of like how my boys are. Next, we got the upgraded version, 2 copies of Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. What she does is, if this card is special summoned or a level 5 or higher monster is summoned to your opponent's side of the field, target one special summoned monster your opponent controls, return that card to the hand. So basically, it could bounce your opponent's special monsters. So, plus the 24 attack body, so it's good. Next, we're playing 2 copies of Queen of Thorns, just for the destructive ability. Like, anytime a non-plant type monster is summoned to the field, that person takes 1,000 damage. So, this is going to help you burn some life points. For standard, we got 1 Naturia Beast, just for blocking spells. Barkion for blocking traps. You know, I don't really know why I put her in there, so. Yeah, hold on guys, that was the card that I was not supposed to put in there. So I made 1 card short. But anyways guys, I'm playing 1 Formula Synchron, and just for that little extra tuning ability, and draw a free card. For XCs, we're playing 2 Rebellion Dragons, just gain a little bit more power on the field. It's just by ciphering your opponent's power and just kill them off little by little. 1 Big Eye, 1 Fairy King Albverdich, who is the plant king of all. Anytime, as long as he's on the field, all non-earth type monsters on the field loses their 500 attack and defense. And then finally we got 1 Meliae at the trees. And she has 2 abilities. Hang on. Once per turn, by detaching 1 XC material, you can activate one of these abilities. 1, you can special summon 1 plant monster from your deck. Or send 1 plant type from your deck to your graveyard. Or target 1 plant type monster in your graveyard and special summon that. So, it just helps you out a lot. And yes, I am going to be 1 last card short because the last card I had was Cheval de Fleur. But I took out Quick Draw Synchron because I figured it was a little too slow. So I'm still going to try to find a way to get her in here somehow. And just because she has the power to negate a spell or trap card for once per turn. So she's kind of the Xian ability, a female version of Xian, but not completely. So that's why I didn't want to put her in there. But she's in there, but I'm just going to change it up before that. So anyways, guys, that is my Pendulum Rose deck, the new upgraded version I have. Go ahead and leave a comment section down below and tell me what you guys think about this different version build. And if you think it should be a little more upgraded, a little bit okay, or just the way it is. And also, feel free to go look at my other old versions of the Black Rose decks and plant decks. From the very beginning of time till up until now. So just because, Black Rose was a very favorite of mine. I love the Rose power, and, me being Earth myself, and being a Taurean, which is basically a guardian over Earth, you kind of get the gist on that one. So anyways, guys, that is my deck profile for you guys, and there'll be a full deck list down in the description down below, and so you guys can go ahead and check that out, and don't forget to subscribe, like this video, thumbs up for it, and comment down below, etc. And yeah, just let me know what you guys think. So anyways, guys, it's good to see Black Rose Dragon up and running again, and maybe someday I'll play her at regionals or my locals, because I do miss playing this deck, guys, believe it or not. So anyways, guys, this is Siren Frost, and I hope you guys have a great night, have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!